So I'm going to kick us off. My name is Martha Brandis, and I am the Student Advisory Manager with the Maynooth University Access Program. I have worked in Maynooth University for the last almost 15 years, which makes this my 15th Launchpad and our second virtual Launchpad. So I'm absolutely delighted to see so many of you guys here today. I'm joined by Connor Doheny, who is one of our wonderful MAP ambassadors, and I've had the privilege of working with Connor on lots of different projects over his time at Maynooth University. Connor, what degree are you doing?
So I just finished up my final year of law and criminology. To extend on it a bit more, I suppose I came into first year through an arts degree, and then I transferred into a Bachelor of Civil Law with arts afterwards. So my degree is major in law and minor in criminology. Arts degree seems to be a very popular course, and so does the combination of law and criminology. So I'd imagine there's a good few of you doing that combination. After this talk, there is a subject panel along with other talks happening. So within that, you can pop into whatever subject you will be going into studying, and I will recommend joining that. Because it's great to get a student perspective. You'll hear from other students who are studying, or other masters who have studied or are still studying what you're about to go into study. So it's great to hear their perspective on maybe how they found first year, and bits and pieces, maybe some advice on assignments and whatnot as well, which I'm sure you're all eager to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. And congratulations. So you're going to be getting your diploma then this September. So yeah, well done, Connor. Okay, so Connor is a wealth of knowledge and experience, and definitely pop into the chat any questions. I put some information in the chat about how you can turn on live captioning or closed captioning. So just have a read and turn that on if you like. I think you either click J or you click the 3 dots that are up at the top right-hand corner. So I'm going to talk about the higher education access route and the supports that are available to students who enter Maynooth University through the higher education access route. So you will have 2 advisors while you are here at Maynooth University who are here to support you with any type of questions or any type of information that you require, and their names are Sandra Butler and Sandra Collins. So easy because they both are called Sandra. So if you need any assistance as you transition into university and you reach out to Sandra and ask for Sandra, you will meet your access advisor for here students. And I'm going to tell you what that means, what an access advisor is, what type of supports you're going to get through the university just by coming through the higher education access route. So our main goals of Launchpad are really to set you guys up for a really good start to your undergraduate college experience. So in Launchpad, what we're trying to do is help you kind of find your way around, figure out how the university environment works, because it is a big change from other educational environments like secondary school. We want you to meet new people. So please use this opportunity to reach out to other people on the chat and say hello. And we also want you to know that there's a really nice balance in college, that your university experience should be made up of the academics and learning something that you're really interested in, but it also should be a time where you are meeting people, having fun, and really kind of savoring this next 3 or 4 years. Connor, do you think that you were able to find a balance?
I did eventually.
Yeah. You have to find it, right? It doesn't come straight away. You're not just balanced, but yeah, you do find it. Yeah. So we might ask you about that in a little bit. So the access program exists really to support students who come through pathways like the higher education access route to be successful when they are studying at Maynooth. So we don't just want to have an entry route like here, and then, bring students in and just let them, experience college whatever way they experience it. We want to support you to be successful, to have a lot of opportunities, to really be able to take part fully in university life. And we do that in a lot of different ways, which I'm going to talk to you about. So just in the chat now, how are you guys feeling at this moment right now at 11:39 on Friday? How are you feeling about university? So put in there any adjectives or words that describe your feelings at this minute. I can't see that. Oh, I'm seeing it now. Okay, excited, nervous, buzzing,
Love that.
spooked, nervous, excited, tired, nervous, excited, kind of nervous but excited at the same time. Confusing, unorganized, excited, excited, excited. Oh my gosh, I'm actually getting excited. Like, this is cool. Nervous.
The excitement and the nerves, I think, go hand in hand, to be honest, for the most part.
Absolutely. So if you just look at that chat, and everybody has very similar thoughts and feelings right now. So if you think you're the only one that was nervous about coming to Launchpad or that was nervous about starting university, you could see from the chat that you're absolutely not. If you thought you were the only person that was so excited to be coming to university, you're in very good company because everybody's excited. So it's brilliant to see that. And I guess that's something I'd like you guys to remember as you go through this orientation and as you go through this kind of first couple of days of and weeks of university life, is that everybody is feeling similar to how you're feeling. There isn't one person who knows everything about college and how it all works and all of the things that are out there to support them. You know, everybody kind of has that feeling, is like, oh, should I actually be here? Am I smart enough? Is this the right thing? Am I on the right course? Do I know where I'm going? You know, and people have a good way of looking like they know everything, like they've got it all under control. So you'll be sitting in a lecture by somebody who's going to be like, has all of the notes and knows looks like they know exactly what they're doing. But in reality, they're all nervous, excited, questioning that they made the right decision. Connor, would you describe your feelings of nerves and excitement when you started as well?
Yeah, I was proper shy. Like you might have heard there at the welcome talk with Rose and the other coordinators. I didn't really know anyone coming into Maynooth, so I was pretty shy and pretty nervous. I didn't mind chatting to people in a sense, but it was just for small talk. I didn't really want to engage in too much conversation or anything. And I was the first in my family to go college as well, so I had no advice or experience or nothing coming into Maynooth. It was literally just a blank slate of I'm on my own kind of spec for it. But Launchpad did help with that. You know, you're chatting away to other people, and like I said as well earlier on, it is just a matter of throwing yourself out there and chatting to whoever. But I was proper nervous. It took me a while to find my footing. During secondary school as well, I was not very academically smart. Barely got enough points in the Leaving Cert to even do an arts degree, hence why I became a hair student. That helped me out with reduced points and whatnot. So it was a big shock for me to actually come into college then and somehow obtain a law degree. Still don't know how I'd done it, but you know, happened.
Because points don't determine academic success in university, and there's actually evidence and lots of research to support that. So yeah, everybody is nervous, everybody's excited, everybody is feeling stressed or confused. You know, spooked is a good word as well. So just to know, you know, you're not alone in those feelings, and that it's really normal to be kind of nervous and excited and not sure all in the same breath. So the work of the Maynooth Access Program is to support and assist students, and we do this in 4 ways. We provide social supports, we provide financial supports, which is probably what most people are interested in right this minute. We provide academic supports, and we also provide personal supports. The social supports that we provide, you know, like I said at the start, we're really interested in students finding their tribe, finding their people, finding their friends for life. And we do that through programs like Launchpad, the Access Society, which you guys will hear about later on, and you know, running and coordinating all kinds of events. MAP gives a lot of opportunities and experiences over the course of the year to students to get involved in work that we do. And the work that we do in MAP is all about changing who comes to college and trying to make Maynooth University reflect the Irish society. So what we know about Ireland is that in higher education, you know, there's some people that 100% are going on to third level education, and some people, they may be the first in their families to come. And so Maynooth University Access Program is all about trying to make Maynooth University look like and reflect what Ireland looks like. So, so we run events, we run programs, and we are always looking for students that enter through here or any of our entry routes to get involved in those activities and to make those social connections. We provide a huge amount of academic support, and I'm going to kind of breeze through these things because if anyone here is like me, you're probably not going to look into them until you need them. But just so you know that if you are struggling academically, if you're having any difficulties, if this stuff is just not going in the way you want it to, talk to your MAP advisor and they'll be able to. So one of those Sandras, they'll be able to point you in the direction of all of these supports that are there to help you. So we have a student central program which runs, web classes, webinars, master classes, all on time management, anxiety and stress reduction, college balance, how to do your assignments, structure them correctly. We have a MAP academic advisor in every single department. So every department that you are going to be studying in, there's somebody who is there to support those students who enter through the Maynooth University Access Program. We can provide academic tuition if you're really, if you really are falling behind for whatever reason. And we can refer you on to other supports that are out there, which you're going to hear all about in Welcome Week. And we also provide this amazing technology transition program, which is about getting you familiar with all of the ed tech that's out there that can help you make university life so much easier. And if you take away one thing from this meeting, so 2 things, remember the Sandras, and then the second thing is use educational technology. It will save you so much time. So get familiar with it, see how you can use it in order to support your study. I mean, there's all kinds of things to help with note taking, to help with brainstorming, to help with your assignment structure, all kinds of things. So definitely get familiar with it. So the technology transition programming is, like I said, it's 3 classes that help prepare you to, learn in the online environment and to use the skills and the tools that are out there. So there's, information about Office 365, there's information about how you can do note taking, and there's also, tools that you can use to manage your timetable, organize yourself, help with your memory, all of that. So definitely go along to Technology Transition Program. The HERE program, students who enter through the HERE program in their first year are guaranteed financial support from Maynooth University through what we call the Student Assistance Fund. We also have a student budgeting advisor that works with the university, which any student can go to if they're having any trouble financially and avail of additional funding. This is on top of what you get from your SUSY grant. It's on top of what you get from, a scholarship you might have from your county council or your community. We don't want finances to be a reason why you can't stay studying with us. And so we will do as much as we can to help support you if you're struggling financially. And really, it's so important to talk to one of your advisors if you find that finances have become an issue for you, because there are supports available. And we gave out over €2 million last year to students through the Student Assistance Fund. So there's money there, and don't be not able to come to college because you can't afford transport, or, not having your lunch because you can't, it's lunch or getting home from college, or, worrying about how you're going to pay rent, having to work, 50 hours a week in a part-time job. Like, if you are struggling to make ends meet, and if you aren't able to fully participate in college life because finances are a big concern for you, absolutely come in and talk to us in the Access Program. This is what we're here for. The ring-fenced funding. Basically, what all HERE students who come in through the HERE program get is an extra €1,000 on top of their SUSY grant, and you get it in 2 installments, in first semester and in second semester. And every student that enters through HERE gets that in year 1. So every student that's in this room that's entered through HERE will get €1,000 extra from the university in 2 installments in first semester and in second semester. In year 2, the process changes. Students who met 5 or more indicators for HERE will be guaranteed that financial support into the remainder of their degree. Everyone else will apply for support in year 2, year 3, and year 4. But like I said at the start, there's €2 million plus available to give out to students through Students Assistance Fund. And if you entered through the HERE route, more than likely you're going to be eligible for some of that funding by application. So how do you know about this funding? Like, how do you get it? What will happen is the Maynooth Access Program will send you an email to your Maynooth University email address. Basically, from the minute you register, we stop talking to you on any Gmail or any Hotmail or any, I don't know any other ones, Connor, if there's other mails, but we only talk to you through your Maynooth University email address. So you'll get an email from us. The email will say, here's information about your HERE funding. You'll have to follow steps. You have to fill in an application. You're guaranteed it, but you have to fill in that form. So you fill in the form to get it. Once you've done that, you'll register your bank account details with the university, and that €500 will come into your bank account. And usually that's happening right around the beginning of November. If you are having trouble with finances before the beginning of November, which some of you might be, don't struggle in silence. Come and talk to the MAP advisory team, have a chat, say, I need a bit of help, and there's funding available before November if that's the case, if you really need it. And that chat will involve you going in, meeting with the student budgeting advisor, Ruth, who you might hear from later, and talking about how those supports could help you. So that is the Student Assistance Fund. We also have something that is something that students might be interested in applying for, and it's called the 1916 Bursary Fund. The applications aren't open yet. They should be open in the next week or so. Basically, there are 10 bursaries for €5,000 each to students who meet certain criteria. There's 10 €5,000 bursaries. There's 5 €2,500 bursaries, and you get those bursaries for every year of your degree. So when you get information about the 1916 Bursary Fund, have a read of it. It's going to come through. There'll be a student email. There'll be information from MAP. Have a read, see if you should apply, and then put your application in. And I guess that's something, just a really good piece of advice is that don't ever rule yourself out of something. Always put your name down, because if your name is in, you can be considered. Let the people that are, processing those applications make that decision about whether or not you're eligible for this funding. Always put your name into the hat if you think you may meet any of the criteria. So what kind of personal support is out there? There's so much personal support for students at Maynooth University, and you know what? It's really important that you guys know about it and that you start to use it, because literally this is what your student contribution is paying for. So you know how when you registered you had to pay that money? It all goes to these types of supports that are there for you. So don't not get your money's worth. Go in and use them. So we have a student health center with a full medical team, GP, nurses. We have a student counseling service with psychologists that can do that can set up kind of short-term counseling if you need it, and then connect you on to longer-term counseling if you require. We have a chaplaincy. We have security. We also have a mental health nurse. So if you have a diagnosis, or if you have a mental health condition, or if you maybe are taking some medication and you're kind of wondering if it's working or it's not working, or if you want some more information about how you might get some help, we have a mental health nurse. we have a student support officer. So there are so many supports out there. And your advisor, one of the Sandras, can absolutely point you in the right direction if you would like to make an appointment for counseling, if you'd like to know what the health center can help you with, or if you need to know what chaplaincy does. So this is what they look like: Sandra Butler and Sandra Collins. So you guys will meet Sandra over the next 2 days, and you'll meet Sandra Butler hopefully over the rest of the semester. They're super nice and they're really approachable, and they have seen it all. So as far as any issues or challenges or difficulties you might be facing, it's a non-judgmental service. It's a place where you can go to get good advice and get signposted to supports. Their whole goal in their job is that you have a good experience of university and that you stay, you do well, and you get a super fabulous Maynooth University degree at the end of it. Oh, some of you guys might be really helpful and some of you might be a little fearful. Does anybody have any hopes they want to put into the chat right now? Like something that they are really looking forward to about coming to Maynooth? Connor, what were you looking forward to when you came to Maynooth? What was one of your hopes and fears?
My fears was that I wouldn't find my feet, that I'd just be walking around like a loner just the whole time, to be honest with you, in the library. But
did
my
that
hope,
happen?
No, because I just decided to say, you know what, I'm just going to talk to everyone and anyone. And that kind of, yeah, it worked out for the best for my case. Obviously, it's different for everyone. I suppose one of my main hopes was obviously the fact that it was so surreal that I even made it to college in the first place. My hope was just finish it out, get through it. Like, you're not gonna, if you are struggling academically or think you struggle academically, don't stress about it too much. Like Mark is saying, there's plenty of supports here. Like, you have your academic advisors, you have your access advisors, you have people that will help you out. So when it comes to deadlines, assignments, and even exams, there are people there to support you and help you out. I myself, throughout all my years, have had some sort of repeats in the summer exams and stuff. So I'm nowhere near perfect, getting good grades or anything, soaring through my degree. I've quite literally been dragged through by the legs through my degree. It depends on what you're studying and how you find yourself, but it's just more, the point I'm trying to get across is that it's like, you're not going to go through perfectly, and that's okay. Like, it's okay to have hiccups and bumps, and that's why all these supports are here for you. So I was happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was happy to end up with my hopes that the supports did help out with the hopes of, you know, finishing college and meeting new people. And if you have just the open mindset, I'm going to be saying that, and ambassadors will be saying it throughout the next 2 days, drilling it into your heads. Like, if you just keep an open mindset and just go for whatever, just to try it out, or just be like curiosity, just go for something, talk to someone, try something, like, do it. You actually surprise yourself so much.
I just love that. I just love that in the chat that, like, again, just like everybody's nervous and excited, everybody wants to meet new people, everybody wants to socialize, and definitely after the last 2 years that we've had, you know, hopefully that part of university life will be coming back with a bit of a bang, you know, with obviously social distance and all of that. But I hope they have good food in the cafeteria. Yeah. Depends, right? Some days.
It's edible.
It's edible.
One of the cafeterias, it's edible. The student union bar have quite good food.
True. Yeah, there's really good food in Maynooth, in the village. Like, there's lots of good, affordable, yummy food to find. But definitely meeting new people. So if you're looking in that chat, everybody wants to meet new people. Everybody's nervous about how they do it. So you be that person that says, "Hey, Connor, how are you?" Or, "Hi, I'm Martha." And, you know, you will meet somebody who wants to meet, because people are, you know, looking to make friends and to, you know, start this new chapter. So yeah, so I'm getting sort of towards the end. How far is the university from the train station? It's like about 10 minutes maybe.
Yeah, it depends on how fast you walk. 5 to 10 minutes. Like,
yeah,
if you're
depending
really
on your footwear.
Walker, yeah, if you love bombing it down the road and you're speed walking and stuff like that, I do be like that. I just like to get from destination A to B, so I do speed walk. So, like, from the South Campus, 5 minutes. But if you're just strolling away, like 10-15 minutes. So if
So
it is a case of
basically, it
your
probably take
commuter.
me about 10 or 15 minutes to get there. Connor'd be there in 5 minutes. So maybe you'll be somewhere in the middle between the two of us. Okay, so I'm just moving on there. Just to kind of let you know that there are math supports. So we have this absolutely amazing mathematics support center that's there. Anybody who has any type of maths in their course, absolutely go to that math support center. You will be meeting super tutors who are, really there to help you figure it out. So don't let yourself get overwhelmed if you come up against a problem and you're like, you know what, I just don't know how to do this. The Math Support Center is open and it's available, and that's what they like. They like it when people come in and say, I've been working on this problem and I am stuck here. That's how they like to work. So they will be super happy if you're coming in with your work and saying, I actually can't figure out this next step. Somebody put in the chat that the library is, something they're looking forward to, and this is the library behind me. So that is the Maynooth University Library. It is absolutely beautiful, and it has everything you need there, and the librarians know it all. And they're just waiting. Again, they're sitting at that desk waiting to be asked questions. They have a chat that they monitor all of the time. The online resources in the library, the online journals are amazing. So again, figure out how to use these tools because they're there to help you be the best student that you can be while you're at Maynooth. So then the Writing Center, there's MAP Academic Advisors, there's the Student Budgeting Advisory Service, and there's Student Central, which is something I've already talked about, which helps with time management and organization and all of that. So there are so many supports that are out there for students, and really, kind of setting your intention at the start of the year to say, you know what? I'm going to use these things that are available to me. I'm going to be the person that asks the librarian when I have a question. Like using all of these resources that are at your fingertips will make your university journey, that little bit easier, and also that maybe a little bit more enjoyable and possibly more successful. Okay, so that is the end of my, oh no, I've got one more really super important slide. Sorry, does anybody not have a good laptop? Anyone? Put it in the chat. Does everyone have amazing laptops? Okay, if any of you don't have a great laptop, some people don't have one. This is perfect. The university has a laptop loan program, and you can get a brand new, like super duper Dell laptop from the university for the entire duration of your degree, no charge at all, to help you with all the learning online. So you apply. I mean, your PC is going to be okay, but you might like to get a laptop to be bringing to college. So have a look at the laptop loan program in the university. It's a short application. You just have to provide a bit of information and you might be eligible to get one of these amazing laptops. We have, like, I want to say over 1,000 laptops to give out. So like, it isn't like we just have 2 of them, and it's going to be a fight between me and Connor of who's going to get one. There's a lot of them. So definitely when you hear about the laptop loan program, put an application in and get yourself one of those university laptops. Again, this all came from government funding. So it's not like it's just, free. It's your tax dollars. You've paid for these laptops, so you should be the one to get them. It's really quick. You'll get it probably within a week or under 10 days. You fill in the application, there's an assessment process, and they'll come back to you to let you know if you're eligible for one. So definitely have a look at that laptop loan program, put your application in, and be considered for one of those. And there is support there is support, IT support for those laptops. Obviously, you have some personal responsibilities, like don't spill on them and look after them. But there is definitely support for them. So that's the end of my slide presentation. Connor, do we have about 5 minutes kind of left in the chat, in the talk?
I mean, it can run over to 10 if it really needs be, but yeah, there's about 5 minutes left. I'm just going to flick through the chat there because I seen there was 1 or 2 important questions regarding fees and stuff.
Yeah, cool. So if anybody wants to throw a few questions into the chat right now, I'm quite happy to answer anything if I have the answer.
Just to reiterate what I was saying earlier in the chat when Martha was talking, because I know some people are still asking about it. So your student levy is essentially the fee that you're paying every year to be registered as a student at Maynooth University. Every student will have to pay that. It's just to register you as a student, but it also allows you to access all of the likes of the library and printing, your student emails, everything that comes with being a student. Even if you are getting your SUSI, that still has to be paid. However, that's, Martha was talking about the supports here, and even at the budget talk as well. If you need funding to help pay with that, you can ask for it. The student levy, it's 100% on the price, so it's not a crazy amount anyways. But that's with the levy anyways. And with SUSI, so when you register on your student web with your email, it will tell you how much you will need to pay for your fees for the year. Depending on what SUSI you receive, it will pop up to say how much fees essentially you have left, and that will include the levy as well. So if it's the full fees plus the levy, that will pop up together. If you receive half the SUSI and the half the fees are gone, there'll only be half the fees and the levy left to pay as well. So it really just depends. And that the university are informed of this by SUSI, so you don't need to go letting the university know or emailing them to say I'm getting my SUSI, and they should have it there for you anyways.
And just there for you, Alex, you do have to pay the levy. So you absolutely have to pay the levy of 150. And it's okay. It's okay if you're still waiting on a reply from SUSI. That's no big deal. That happens a lot. So, it's just to talk with the fees office if you're not able to proceed for registration. But if you think you're likely to get SUSI, just put down that you're likely to get SUSI.
For the levy, it's not a thing of you're going to get pressured to pay it off literally straight away. They will give a bit of leeway for a week or two, and maybe a few weeks as well if you are stuck. It's not a straight away pay or you're not a student thing. They're not going to be that strict about it.
So there's a lot of questions coming in about books and materials and how much books cost and everything like that, and they're super questions. When you register, you will get a book list that will tell you the types of books that you might need. It's absolutely important that you do not go out and buy every single book on your book list. That is not a good idea and not advised by us. Really, what you want to do is you want to see what's available in the library. You want to see what the course, what your lecturer is, recommending that you, or professor is recommending that you read, and then you want to look at, at how you can get those books in other spaces. Connor, you might be able to give some good advice on how you approach your book lists every year.
Yeah, so for me, I done law, and when they go through the book list with law, the law books, first of all, they're 1,000 pages or more. So I was like, well, this is going to be great. I don't even like reading. But they are quite hefty price. But what you do notice is most materials that you will need for your assignments and for your exams, they're either A, online, or B, the exact textbook is there to rent out in the library. So if it's a case that you don't need that textbook or you feel like you won't need that textbook every day, I wouldn't recommend going out and buying it, because especially if you are stuck for finances and stuff, because it'll end up just sitting there and you might regret it, or you might just end up selling it off again by the end of the year to someone else anyways. So unless the lecturer specifically says you will need this textbook on a daily basis, or you feel that you are reading it every day, or you struggle enough that you will need to read it every day, I wouldn't recommend necessarily going out, jumping and grabbing at every book.
Yes.
I know for law students, just a little tip for you guys, there are nutshell. This isn't for every subject, unfortunately, but for law students, there might be the equivalent maybe of other subjects, but for law, there's these things called nutshells. They're, I think, used on your leaving cert, so that's the equivalent of your what were those books called? Your Less Stress, More Success, and your Revise Wise books. Law essentially has those versions of those for certain law modules. So you'll have like a tort law nutshell, you'll have a criminal law nutshell. It just depends on what you're studying.
So
yeah.
really the point is to wait. You know, like I know there's this whole, like you like to be, I'm like that too, like have my backpack ready full of all the stuff that I need for day one. But really what you need to bring is you need to bring a notebook or your laptop, you know, however you like to take down notes. You need to bring a pen, you need to bring some identification, you know, with your name on it. But that's all you need to bring for Welcome Week. And you're going to, you know, you'll start to find out the types of things that you will need for the different courses. And everybody here in this room is going to have different books, different information that they will need to bring in. Hi, Rushi, are you here? Oh, I don't know if she's here. She's just popped in. Rushi in the chat there is our educational technology advisor, and she is the person who's coordinating the technology transition program. And she says, join in directly on the day. You don't need to sign up. You don't need to register. So you just click that link and you can get all of that that training on the technology that's out there to help you study and help you learn. Okay,
if you generally are confused about everything with the tech side of things, I would recommend going to the technology transition program. It does help you out a lot with signing into your emails and how to utilize it best. Maybe if you're helping out with spams and stuff, getting organized, getting a timetable for yourself together. It is just easier, especially if you figure out that you are going to be online for a lot of your classes and that. I'm not sure how restrictions are working just yet, but also as well for those, someone said there about timetables, your timetable should be released throughout, if not after the university orientation week. Normally it'll be during that week when you'll get your actual timetable released, maybe sooner, but that's normally when it is released.
So there's super things happening right now in the chat, Connor. Maybe what you should do for your panel next is maybe bring some of these questions over into the panel, because you'll be able, they might be some good ones for some of the panelists to give an answer to. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, there's a lot of different categories of questions popping up, let's say. So what I'll say to you guys is if I refer you to the timetable, so any financial stuff, question-wise that you have, we have the budget and talk that's going to be starting in about 10-15 minutes. Anything got to do with registration or SUSI or fees or changing courses, modules, anything like that, there's the program advisory and academic advisory talks. They're both also on today. So you can attend those. Rose Donovan, she's an absolute saint for knowing all that information, so she'll be able to help you guys out. That'll be the main two things with registration anyways. And like I said, the subject panels, which are being run twice today as well, they'll help you out with other issues about your actual specific subjects. And yeah, any information talks will be left they're happening today. So
basically, go to everything, get all of the information, everybody. I just wanted to like take my last minute to congratulate you all so much on this huge achievement. I am so happy that you guys have selected Maynooth University. It's a wonderful place to study, and I really hope that your experience over the next 3 or 4 years is magic, that you come out with fantastic degrees. And if you take anything away from my talk today, is that the Maynooth University Access Program is here to support you. We won't know if you're struggling. We won't know if you need any help. So make sure to come in, to reach out, to let us know if you do need anything, and we'll be very happy to point you in the right direction if we can. So thank you so much for attending this talk, and thanks so much for all the engagement in the chat. I hope you all get to know each other and meet each other as friends in real life and virtually, and we will be talking to you over the next while, right, Connor?
Yeah, thanks a million, guys. Do make sure you are coming to the sessions, and do pop into the Discord to talk to other students and other ambassadors. Everyone has great insight to give you guys. And yeah, other than that, thank you, and you might see me on campus this year, you might not, you never know how things might go.
All right, everybody, bye.